I'm gonna show you the new best controller settings for OG Fortnite so you can play like this. Bruh. As well as how to get the best FPS and lowest delay possible. So if you want to know how to do it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Watch the video all the way through and make sure to use my code KYB in the item shop. Well, the first thing you want to do is go into the video settings and make sure that you play on performance mode if you're on PC. That way you're going to get the lowest input delay and the highest FPS possible. Now, if you want your game to look really bright and colorful, I recommend playing on 125% brightness with Triton 5. You can tell with it off versus on, it just looks a little bit brighter and it definitely looks better than any of the other colorblind modes. Now, as for my view distance, I have it on epic so that I can see people from extremely far away. You do get a little bit lower FPS, but I do recommend having it on so you can see people from far away once again. Now, as for the game settings, these are important, so make sure to follow along very carefully. I'm just going to scroll through these really quickly, but the biggest one that you want to do is in this building tab right here. Make sure all 4 of these are on. Reset building choice, disable pre-edit option, turbo building, auto confirm edits as both. The auto confirm edits as both is definitely the biggest setting that they added. It basically gives you scroll wheel reset on controller, which is crazy. My edit speed has definitely got way faster after using this, so I would highly recommend anyone to try this. It takes a little bit to get used to, but after a while, you're gonna thank me. Scrolling down for all the extra game options and everything, tap to search interact is definitely a big one. Well, other than that, everything else is personal preference, and turn all replays off. That way you get the best FPS possible. Now, as for the game UI settings and your HUD scale and everything, this is what I play on, and it's just once again personal preference. But as for the biggest part of the settings, which you've all been waiting for, first of all, make sure to drop a like on the video and let's get into it right now. All right, these are the controller settings that I recommend everyone to use. I do play in a 0.14 second slide hold time. I feel like anything lower than that and you accidentally slide too much, anything higher and it just takes way too long to slide. So once again, that one's personal preference. Turning vibration off, I feel like is the best thing to do to improve your aim. I found this out a few years ago, but when you turn your vibration off, your aim is just way better because when it's on, it can mess with your joystick a little bit. So it definitely is more enjoyable playing with vibration on, but if you want to be the best that you possibly can, definitely turn vibration off. Scrolling down for the build and edit multiplier, I found that a 2.1 multiplier is perfect. I used to play on a little bit of a higher one, but I found that I just was not as consistent as when I lowered it down a little bit. So if you feel like you're not hitting your edits or anything as much, I would highly recommend you to turn down your build and edit and see how it works for you. Now, as for the look sensitivity, here's what I play on: 40 and 40% with no boost. I would highly recommend you to turn all boosts off because it definitely messes up your consistency a lot. I've tried it out in the past and it's just not worth playing on. Now, as for the ADS sensitivity, I would definitely recommend playing on something a little bit lower, which is why I'm playing on 9 and 8%. I feel like if you play on a higher ADS sensitivity, you just can't hit nearly as many shots, especially from long distance. So make sure to turn that down a lot. Once again, no boosts or anything. I would highly recommend anyone to play on linear. Obviously, that's just a given. And then 10 and 10 for the dead zones. Anything lower and you'll accidentally get some controller drift. So if you're dealing with that, if you have drift on your controller, definitely turn up the dead zones. Now, as for your controller binds, this is definitely personal preference, but you want to make sure your thumbs are on the sticks at all times, which is why I have left stick edit and right bumper as reset. That way I don't have to worry about taking my thumbs off the stick. And A is jump, but I have a paddle on that. The right paddle is jump, the left paddle is reload, interact. Another big thing is using KontrolFreeks on your controller. As you can see, it literally makes your thumbstick higher, which means that you have a lot more precision on your stick, as you can see right there. If you want to get them, make sure to use discount code Kybo at checkout to save some money. But with that being said, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy the video on screen right now, so make sure to click that, and I'll see you guys in a second.